Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to a new episode of Sahakar Sutra. I am Dayanand Nene. Friends, today we are going to have a look at the issue of allowing pets or not allowing pets in a cooperative housing society. This is an issue between pet lovers and pet haters, and I would still differentiate a little bit. It is an issue between dog lovers and dog haters, because dogs are the pets which are normally kept by people in their houses. Friends, there is a circular of February 2015 by the Animal Welfare Board which explicitly states that a cooperative housing society cannot ban keeping of pets or pet animals in the flats. The cooperative housing societies cannot make rules which prohibit people from keeping pets in their houses, nor can they put undue restrictions on members regarding activities of such pets, or nor can they fine members for any reason regarding any activity by the pet. Yes, the cooperative housing society can definitely make it mandatory on the member that he should sterilize and regularly vaccinate the pet so that it doesn't cause any infection to others. But it cannot pass laws, or it cannot make laws, or it cannot prohibit members or punish members if the pet is barking a lot or it is going after members in a menacing manner. They can request the pet owners to keep it under tight leash, but they cannot insist that a leash has to be stuck on the neck of that particular pet. There is another issue in this, whether pets can be allowed to use lifts or not. The answer is in the affirmative. The pets can be taken up and down in the society lifts just like any other members. The pets can also be allowed to use society gardens and society parks in course of their daily rounds along with the pet owners. The society cannot prohibit the pet entering into any park or gardens of the society. If the pet owner feels that the society is not cooperating or putting undue pressure on the members, he can approach the local police station under sections 428 and 429 and file a complaint against the cooperative housing society. Or else he can also invoke sections 21/G of the Consumer Protection Act and initiate legal proceedings against that particular society. There are certain norms which the societies have to follow, and especially the children of the societies have to follow. They can't throw stones or pebbles on such pets and provoke them into any action. This comes under cruelty against pets, and that is a punishable offense. Then there are certain duties of the pet owners also. They have to follow the rules and regulations of the society and ensure that their pets don't become belligerent and start barking or going after small children or even elderly people, and especially older people, senior citizens. They have to see that the pets behave themselves. They have to train the pets in proper fashion. They have to ensure that the pets are vaccinated every year and they are sterilized. And the pet owners have to ensure that they keep the surroundings of the society clean and clean the poop of the pets when they go around for a morning walk or a evening round through the society premises. If the pet poops anywhere, it is the duty of the pet owner to see that they clear the poop themselves. As far as feeding the pets is concerned, this is cooperative housing societies can create certain areas which are feeding areas for pets and even excreta areas for defecation of the pets, and the pet owners should train their pets accordingly in that particular fashion. They should ensure that feeding the pets is done in a certain area or in their houses, and they don't dirty the society premises in any particular fashion. Friends, pets now have become a part of everybody's life, and though, as I said, there are lovers and haters of pets, one has to take them as a part and parcel of your daily life and adjust accordingly and move on. Friends, ensure that you don't get entangled with the law on the wrong side by going after pets in a negative manner. That's all for today. Thank you very much.